If we actually manage to first love ourselves, and then we love those others around us who are still part of ourselves, what do you do then? You start to give.
In the Rituals Soulful Living Philosophy, we actually highlight 13 themes. And one of those themes is love. And why is love so important? Because it actually feeds all the positive emotions that we people experience in life. So today I'm talking to Mo Gawdat again, our happiness ambassador, about the connection between love and happiness. Mo, in your book Soul for Happy, you write about the importance of love, and in particular about the importance of unconditional love. But what is that, unconditional love?
Yeah, so I'm an engineer. I'm a sort of a scientist, if you want. I want facts for everything. I describe happiness with an equation. But there is that one emotion that doesn't conform to logic, right? And it's not love that we learn about in movies. It's not the love that we hear about in pop songs. It's that form of love that you can't explain because, interestingly, it doesn't follow logic, which is, the love of a mother to her child. The way I love butterflies, I love butterflies for absolutely no reason. They don't even have to show up in my life for me to love them. There is no condition, no reason for it. And because there is no reason for it, then there is no thought about it. It doesn't originate in our brains. And that makes it a very special emotion. Every other emotion is originating right here. Fear is a thought. Regret is a thought. Even conditional love of I love someone because she makes me happy, or I love my daughter because she's going to take care of me, or I love my teacher because he taught me something. That means when the condition goes away, the feeling goes away. So if my teacher doesn't teach me anymore, I don't love my teacher anymore. If my daughter is not going to take care of me, am I going to stop loving her? In unconditional love, events always meet expectations because there are no expectations. In unconditional love, I don't want anything from the world around me. The joy of that love is to give it. It's not to receive it, it's to give it. When I give unconditional love, I feel happy. I don't want anything in return. And we forget that in life. We go through life in our modern materialistic world forgetting that we are here to love and be loved, to love everything.
So why is it so difficult for most people to love themselves?
Because we live here. We live up here.
We live in the head, not in the heart.
We live up here. We live in our heads, not in our hearts. And in our heads, we can't love ourselves because there are conditions that are needed for us to love ourselves, like our mothers or teachers when we were young. Oh, you need to score an A to be a good person. You need to listen to what I tell you and do as I tell you and to be a good person. You need to dress this way and not dress that way to be a good person. You need to say things this way and not that way to be a good person. And all of that is crazy. Okay? And if you live in your head up here, then you're not in love. Love is here. Love is felt. It's not thought.
So we get back actually to where we started with this topic, because if you are yourself, you're probably gonna love yourself unconditional, right?
Yeah, because if you can meet yourself, there is no conditions. This is who you are. This is the hand of cards that you were dealt. Okay? And who you are without conditions is lovable. Let's take that love a step further, because then love works in a very unusual way. It works just like physics. When we have the law of conservation of energy, when energy doesn't get destroyed, it just gets transferred and converted. Yes. Love is the same. You give love to the world, and what do you get? You get love back.
So be more kind to others.
So kindness and giving are the natural progression of the idea of love. Because what do you do when you love someone? You give them. What do you do when you love your daughter? You sometimes take that little piece of chocolate that's so tasty and you say, baby, you should have this. And if we actually manage to first love ourselves, and so we feel fulfilled, and then we love those others around us who are still part of ourselves. What do you do then? You start to give. You start to give to everyone. You start to give to everything. So you don't limit your giving to, I want to just benefit my friends. No, I want to benefit everyone I can reach. In summary, I'll say it very openly. We are made of love. We are made to love, but not to love in the capitalist way. We're there to love unconditionally. So start by loving yourself unconditionally. Start by finding you, the real you, and accepting you. Then love everything else, because in the absence of conditions, everything is lovable. And then think about what it is that love means. If you love someone, you give them. So give. Give as if you're not afraid to ever be in need. And when you do, you will never be in need, because everyone else will give you when you need something.
So that's the success behind loving and love.
So yeah, love successfully. I think success is an interesting topic. So we have to love unconditionally, and then success and how success relates to happiness. We'll talk about that next time.